Heading on up south, I'm gonna see if I can't unwind. Come on down South Park and meet some friends of mine.
I wonder how many of these jokes were like made like really like last minute.
Oh,
because I'm sure a couple of them. Like,
yeah,
we'll get to a few of them. I'm sure
for sure. This was just as good as the first one. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna read the plot on Wikipedia and then just bring up whatever you want in between. But first, Stan flashes back to the COVID-19 pandemic when, you know, they were kids. It was him, Kyle, Kenny, and Cartman were sent home from school before they could blackmail fellow student Heather Williams in order to attend a Denver Nuggets game. And that was because Cartman took a picture of her while she was farting at PE class.
I cannot believe how good Cartman is at convincing others.
Yeah.
He's such a master manipulator. It's amazing.
Right.
Like, how can he put together this girl farted and they're going to go to Denver Nuggets courtside game?
Yes.
Only Cartman can put them together.
Right. Yeah. So they can't go to the game, and then we see all the events of Stan. You know, he burns down the Tegrity Farms, accidentally killing his sister Shelly, and his mom commits suicide, and we see all that. And then we go to present day, or the future, and South Park is still under quarantine due to the new COVID-19 variant.
You know what it's called, right?
I forgot.
The Kenny McCormick-con?
Oh, is that what they called it now?
That's why I was like, I'm sure that had to have been added in like last minute. The Kenny McCormick.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
because of Omicron.
Because on the last episode or whatever, it was called something else.
Delta Plus.
Yeah,
rewards.
it had like 6 words or whatever. But that's great. Then we have Randy Marsh on the run, guarding his last sprout of tegrity. And he's cornered by some Shady Acres nurses when Token Black defeats them and takes Randy to Kenny's lab.
It made me laugh so much because he's in there at the Denny's, Applebee, Max, whatever. And he's talking to the guy. He's like, I know the Denny's side of you doesn't care, but what about the Applebee's side?
That's right. A couple things I want to go back to when they're in the past, like when the COVID thing broke out. They showed Andrew Cuomo on CNN, and he's like, "We got to fix this. Come on!" And I'm a pervert. And then Stan's family goes to visit Grandpa, but they just wave at him from outside the nursing home, which is something very similar to what me and my family did when for my mom's birthday.
Oh, Lord.
Because my mom's birthday is in March. That was like the month everything got shut down. So like we just waved at her from like the driveway.
Did you turn to Leo and Amelie and go, isn't it great to see Grandma?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. It was so fucking weird. It was so fucking weird. At the lab, Stan and Kyle, alongside Wendy, Tweak, Craig, Jimmy, and Clyde, can't get past Kenny's firewall without a voice command from either him or his associate, Victor Chaus. So Wendy realizes that the experiment will need aluminum foil, and all supplies of which are in grounded cargo ships.
That was so funny.
So Stan and Kyle head out to retrieve Chaus while Tweak and Craig search for foil. At the South Park Mental Asylum. Plus, Stan and Kyle found that Chaus is actually Chaos. They enter Chaos's cell to discover that he's actually Butters, of course, which that was the reveal at the end of the first episode. But who he gradually became insane after his parents abandoned him because of COVID. He was just left in his room
for 18 years.
And in his 40 years, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
In his isolation, Chaos began dealing in NFTs.
This comes a little bit too close to home. Because I myself have an NFT.
Yes.
And the more they made fun of it, the more worthless I felt about my NFT. The moment, we're going to talk about the breakout in a second, but the moment where the guard on the ground is like, but no, look, I have...
He breaks out. He breaks out by convincing a guard to buy an NFT, and he's like, "No, all my money, my house, it's all gone. But I have this green panda bear on a skateboard. Look."
That's how I felt. Except I didn't waste my entire money, but I still felt like I was that man sitting there on the floor. But look at my Undertaker NFT. It's beautiful.
Yep. Then Randy cultivates his marijuana as the others explain Kenny's plan to time travel and prevent the pandemic. Randy, however, is convinced that his marijuana is the solution to their problems. Their plans are further complicated by Clyde's refusal to get vaccinated. But no, they ask him, like, when did you travel back in time and do that? And he's like, it doesn't matter how you change the past. Every single time I fuck that pangolin.
Oh,
So
Randy.
great.
Funny.
Then at the South Park church, Scott Malkinson is approached by Cartman and his family. Intent on preventing Kyle from implementing Kenny's plan, Cartman forms the Foundation Against Time Travel, or FAT.
Fat. And he's like, fuck.
Which he later, someone points it out to him. He's like, God damn it. And he's also hiding his Jewish family in the attic.
And she's writing in a diary.
Yes.
Little menorah.
I watched this with a friend and I was like, oh no!
I was like, what is off limits to South Park?
No, nothing.
Fucking nothing.
Nothing's off limits. Oh my God. Are you kidding? If they weren't, they were getting threatened from, Muslims for the whole Muhammad thing.
Right.
So nothing's off limits with them. But that was unbelievable. Then Tweak and Craig arrive at the church and inadvertently inform Cartman of their purpose, resulting in their capture. Cartman convinces Clyde to join his cause because Clyde, he's like, he's against getting vaccinated and everything like that. He later finds Chaos selling NFTs to senior citizens and uses him to incapacitate the group at the lab. Upon Stan and Kyle's return, Wendy, Token, Jimmy, and Randy have all been brainwashed into investing in NFTs.
Butters is great. He's a great salesman, apparently.
Well, Cartman and his group have stolen the equipment. At the church, Cartman reveals his plan to have Kyle killed in the past while Kyle and Stan undo Chaos's brainwashing. Wendy reveals that Kenny's plan was to not prevent the pandemic, but to salvage the boys' friendship and improve the future.
Aww.
Token states that Tegrity weed was only in Kenny's notes as a reminder to take some marijuana with him.
So all that importance gone.
Yeah. And then a depressed Randy forgives Stan for his actions and gives him the last seed of Tegrity. So then Cartman prepares for Clyde to travel back in time when Stan and Kyle arrive and use their Amazon Alexas to neutralize Chaos. That's right, Stan got Kyle and Alexa.
So funny.
And then Cartman and Kyle fight for a while until Yentl, Cartman's wife, convinces him to allow Kyle and Stan to implement their plan. And Cartman's like, well, no, it could change the future and we may not meet. And she's like, have faith. And he's like, okay, I'll have faith that we will still meet in the new future.
Is this the first time we've ever seen Cartman and Kyle like really go at it? Because I felt like this is no. Okay.
No, as kids they fought a few times,
but like really, really hammer at it. I felt like okay.
Yeah, they've done it a couple times. Right. However, Cartman's infant son activates the machine, sending Clyde back in time.
Fuck you, Kyle.
And then Clyde just becomes the Terminator
with little bits of foil wrapped around him.
Arriving to retrieve his father's gun, Clyde convinces his past self not to be vaccinated. So it's a full circle.
Right.
Because adult Clyde was like, when I was a kid, a person came to me and told me not to get vaccinated.
Because I'm going to grow titties on my head. That person was Clyde.
That's amazing.
That's storytelling, folks.
It really is. Then adult Clyde approaches the boys with intent to kill young Kyle. When Stan, Kyle, and Cartman arrive, adult versions, having traveled through time, and before Clyde can fire, Cartman shoots Clyde in the head. And then realizing that they cannot prevent the pandemic, Stan, Kyle, and Cartman decide to change their reaction to it. They approach Heather Williams and blackmail her to get they do this as adults.
Right.
To get
Listen,
their younger...
sweet pea, this is what's going to happen.
They blackmail her and they get the courtside tickets to the Nuggets game where the boys all forgive each other. Stan sends Randy the marijuana strain from the future, which Randy synthesizes into a freely distributed special. The special causes everyone to forgive each other for their behavior during the pandemic, changing the future. So it turns out all everyone needed was just some weed.
Andrew, I forgive you. I forgive you for being a dick during the pandemic.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're supposed to forgive me now.
Oh, right.
Right.
Yes,
now it's all
bro.
gone.
I
Yeah,
love you, man. Yeah.
All from integrity.
And then we see everything. We see everything get fixed. Randy again made multiple Space Jam 2 jokes. Like, then Space Jam 2 came out and it ruined everything. And we see that LeBron quits the movie because he's like, I quit. I can't support Chinese censorship.
And then, like, if LeBron's not doing this, I quit too. Yeah. Space Jam was never made too.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah. If only.
If only.
Jimmy Vollmer still has his late show, but he's not doing, nice jokes anymore. He's like, what's up with these Canadian bisexuals? They don't know whether to fuck their brother or their sister. So, yeah, like, comedy has been saved as well in this future. Stan's the pilot, and it looks like he's going to start dating Wendy again.
Yeah.
Kyle has kids, and at that moment, they look just like Cartman's kids, but with red hair. And I thought that they were going to, like, show Cartman's wife, that, like, Kyle got Cartman's wife.
Yentl? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really thought that's what they were going to do. I'm kind of surprised they didn't do that.
Really surprised. However, the shocker was coming.
Yeah. And then we see Butters. He's no longer a maniac selling NFTs. He works at Denny's Applebee's Plus, which makes more sense for Butters, obviously.
Because, he wants to get paid for real work.
That's all Butters would become in the normal future.
It took him 40 years to be a manager.
To be a manager. And then we finally get to Cartman. This is so sad.
So sad.
Hilarious, but also sad. They're like, dude, Cartman's here. And they look out the window, and Cartman is a homeless drunk. And his sign says, homeless, fuck you. And he's just like, fuck you, Carl. Fuck you, Stan. Fuck you. And it's just like, oh my God.
He's essentially Oscar the Grouch. So Cartman lost everything.
He's like, I have faith that we will find each other again.
No. Cartman lost everything.
When I saw it, I just kept saying for like 10 minutes, I was like, that was so fucked up. That was so fucked up. Why?
Cartman could have been anything. A used car dealer.
Yeah.
I mean,
he
snake oil salesman.
Yeah, he should be like some sort of like evil genius because he can manipulate people.
A great lawyer, maybe.
Right.
I mean, it's but a homeless drunk.
And then also
was a lot.
Timmy can walk.
Just randomly thrown in there.
He does the God bless us all, everyone. This whole thing was so great.
Good shit.
I hope and want them to just keep it in the future.
Okay.
Because look, it's been 20 years, right? We've seen the kid. They've been children for 20 years. I would just say from now on, just do future episodes with them all as adults. And then you could even have them like help Cartman rehabilitate himself. But then that turns out to be a mistake because he ends up becoming just a, big, powerful asshole.
Oh, right. Once you give him an inch, he's going to take a mile.
Of course, yeah.
Right.
Like he becomes like this, evil guy that
you killed me, but you brought me back to life.
Like, I would just hope that they just stay in the future. I think that would be really cool.
Right. Oh, I was thinking, like, the most perfect job for Cartman, televangelist.
Yeah, true. But, like, just do Futurama, but it's South Park.
Yep. I can have that. Yeah.
That would be so great.
Keep it all in the Applebee's Plus Delta.
Yeah.
So they're going to be doing a couple of these specials a year, right?
Yeah. So we don't know what the others are going to be about because obviously they wrapped this up.
Right.
But I hope it stays in the future. I really do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I look forward to more.
Right. And we're not going to do awards or anything like that, but like best moment for me would be the reveal of Cartman as the rabbi. And then after that it's probably like Jimmy Vollmer as Live with Jimmy, like that reveal.
The funniest moments for sure was Cartman fucking his wife.
Oh, yes.
Give it to me, Michigana. Give it to me like Abraham gave it to his only son.
You like how Abraham... No, he's like, you like how Abraham almost sacrificed his only son?
The saddest moment, probably Cartman being the loser and homeless. That's terrible.
That's the worst moment. My God, that was so fucking sad.
Awful. Fix it, Matt Parker and
hilarious.
Trey Stone.
I mean, it's sad, but that was hilarious. Because like you're not that's kind of what you were expecting in the beginning, like,
right?
That he would be, you know what I mean? But like, that's too good. And then they just fucking, they're like, yep, that's Cartman.